Morning all, welcome back for another episode. So episode, what are we on, 8 now this week. So to start off the week, we have this camper to finish. So I've still got all this side to polish, half the roof and then the interior valet, as well as cleaning up the roof rack and getting it back on. I'm not sure how I'm going to get it back on yet. I might end up putting it up on the ramp and then putting the camper underneath it. So yeah, that's something I need to cross that bridge when I come to it. So what I'll do is I'll set up the camera somewhere and film polishing up this side and the roof. Then we've got about 11 o'clock today, I've got 5 Series BMW come in for an interior clean. From what I can gather, they've had the front seats recoloured, and then they just want the rest of the car cleaning to match. It is a cream or sandy coloured interior with sandy coloured carpets. They're always notorious for looking dirty, even though they're not sometimes, because the backing of the carpet is black. So sometimes when it wears through, it looks filthy and it's not. So we'll see if that's the case. If not, then we'll get it cleaned and looking pristine again. So I think the rest of the week we've got a Mercedes W124 to do at the den in Hinckley. That's the same customer I've got this camper for. So that's a correction, ceramic coating, interior and interior coatings. That's Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday I've got 2 maintenance valets in the morning, and then I'm going to crack on with those, the Peugeot 205 and the Renault 5 GT Turbo. And then Friday I've got, I think, 3 mobile maintenance valets, but I need to get this camper done and out and gone this week as well. So there's going to be some late nights this week, I think. So yeah, I'll get the camera set up and get cracking on this. Right guys, so just had the BMW dropped off. So once all the carpets all getting back up to the right colour, which they should do, I don't think there's going to be an issue there. Get all the trims and everything cleaned. From what I was told, there was something in this rear door pocket, which we'll get the steamer in there and get all that out, and get these back seats back up looking as good as possible. But yeah, so I'll get cracking. Right, that's the BMW now complete. If you look under the mat there, looking much fresher than it was. So all the carpets are now done. I've cleaned the leather as much as possible. I've not touched the front seats because they've been recoloured, so I don't want to take any of the colour off. So the back seats, they've not come up great because they are worn. Like they've got a pattern on there where something's been sat on it, and yeah, just got stuck in the colour. So there's a few marks that have actually worn through the paint here. Don't know if you can see them. Yeah, so that one and these two have actually gone through. But other than that, she's come up quite well. So hopefully the customer will be happy. I've also managed to get out what I could in there. So yeah, so I'll crack on with that thing. See you in a bit. So I've got the roof rack outside now, and as you can see, it's just gone green on all of the metal. So we'll get all the metal, the uprights aren't too bad, but we'll get all these support bits all cleaned up, get as much out of the middle as well as possible, and see how we get on. So I'll get cracking on that now. Turned out to be a really busy day today, so I've not really had time to pick the camera up much. My microphone is about to go flat as well, which isn't going to help, but the camper is now near enough complete. All the roof is now polished, the roof rack is polished and back on. I've got that looking as best I can. All the glass is cleaned, and then we've done an interior detail as well, just getting here cleaned up. So this is pretty much ready to go back to the customer. I just need to find out whether they want it coating or not. So I'll find that out tomorrow. So I will see you in the morning at the den to do a Mercedes. So I'll see you then. Morning all. So we're on Wednesday morning. Not Wednesday, Tuesday morning, getting rid of the days. So today I am at the den, so from one den to another, and I've got this Mercedes to do a paint correction, ceramic coating and interior valet. They've done quite a lot of work on this, so the seats don't need a lot, but the carpets need a clean. But we'll be coating the whole car as well. So I will get washing, get it washed and deconned, ready to go inside, and then I'll be doing it in their bay in there. So let's get it looking mint. Right, that's the Mercedes now washed, dried, deconned, ready to go inside. So I'll get it in and get cracking on the polishing. Right, so the car's now inside under these stunning lights. So I don't think the paint is horrendous, it just needs a bit more clarity in it. So let's get set up and get cracking. So at the den again today, just going to get this all coated. It's all polished up, looking mega. So we'll get this coated now, and then we've just got the interior to hoover around. Going to coat the leather and coat the fabric, coat the mats and stuff as well. But yeah, let's get cracking. Right guys, the Merc is now finished. Absolutely stunning. So we've coated the paint with Surpass 3-year gloss coating. Coated the wheels with Zirconite's 12-month coating. And then inside we've coated all the leather and fabric and mats with Zirconite's fabric and leather shield. So it's looking absolutely lovely. We've coated all the dash, steering wheel, literally everything that can be coated is coated. Check out this funky steering wheel that the den have done for the customer. Looks immense. So yeah, she's looking unreal. And then we can looks madness. Absolutely stunning. So yeah, this one done. So they've asked me if I'll wash one of the other cars for them. So I'll do that while I'm here. But then I've got a couple of others to look at while I'm here, ready to do in the coming weeks. I've got a Golf that I think is outside and an Evo Estate, which will be quite cool. So yeah, I'll see you shortly. Right, that's the scar line all done. Looking fresh. What a stunning car. Done all the inside as well. It's all in there is looking nice. I think one of my dream bucket list cars, this one. Morning all. So what we on now? Thursday morning. Out mobile this morning and then at the unit this afternoon. So I've got these two regulars in for maintenance cleans. And then we'll be over to the unit to start on the Peugeot 205. Also got to get the camper ceramic coated today as well, ready for pickup tomorrow. But I'll talk through that once I get to the unit. So I'll set up time lapse on these two and get cracking. Right guys, sorry I didn't film the two cars I've just done earlier after I'd finished. The battery went flat and I completely forgot. So at the unit now, I'm going to get cracking on this Peugeot 205. So it needs a wash, polish, interior, making it look presentable, get it back looking nice. It's not horrendous considering it's been sat in a barn, but yeah, we'll get it polished up, get all the plastic trims treated so they're all sorted. I think the paint doesn't look too bad, so I think it'll polish up nice anyway. So it's running a bit rough, but I don't know what that is. I'm not really a mechanic, so but I'm hoping these white spots and stuff come off. I don't know if they're in the paint or what they are, but we'll take some photos and stuff of it first because the customer wants some photos, and then we'll get cracking on getting it clean. I've done the interior now, which is looking much better than it was. So all the carpet's been cleaned, leather's all been cleaned back to how it should look. Doesn't look like it's been sat in a barn anymore. So I'm just about to start polishing the outside. The bonnet looks like somebody's had a go before, but the dent guy's not has been as well. He's took a couple of dents out. I've just spotted one here that he's missed, but there was a big one in the door that he's took out, and some others dotted about. So he's done that. So I'm gonna have a go at polishing this bonnet. I don't know if you can see all the holograms from where somebody else has had a go, but let's get that sorted and get it looking back to how it should look. This Miami blue is a rare colour, though this wing is full of filler and been painted, and I believe this one, I'm not sure, that one might have been painted, but the flake in this one is completely different. So the it's a much more poppy, but you can even see a masking tape line in the paint there. I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera, but there is a masking tape line where there. So, but yeah, we'll get it looking better, get all the plastic trim coated as well, and hopefully it should look pretty decent. So I'll set this up on time lapse and get cracking. Morning guys, so we're on Friday now. The audio may be a bit different this morning because I forgot to charge up the microphones last night, so I'm just using the one that's on the media mod on the GoPro at the minute while they charge. So on the agenda for today, we've got the camper is going back to the customer, so I just need to get that outside, make sure it's ready to go. Then I'm going to get on with the 205. That needs to be done, ready to go today as well. And then hopefully I'll get started on the Renault 5 as well and get a lot of that done. But we'll see how we get on. So let me clear up, get this thing outside, and then we'll get the 205 in here and get cracking. Right guys, the 205 is now complete, ready to go back to the customer. Looking lovely. A bit of a difference from when it arrived. And all the interior is all clean, looking fresh. Back how it should be looking, which is nice. So I think he's going to come and collect this shortly because it needs to go into the garage and have the idling or the running issue sorted because it sounds like it's missing. But yeah, tidy little motor that. So yeah, that's that one done. So I'm going to get cracking on the Renault 5 now, I think, and see how far I can get on that today. Right guys, so next up is this Renault 5. Interior is not horrendous, I don't think. Just needs a good clean. It's a bit dusty. Seats aren't too bad. But yeah, that seat's had it, but I don't know what it's like underneath here. Not too bad. Receipts and stuff. So yeah, I'll start with the interior, I think, and then move on to the exterior. But it should come up a nice little car. This door's been painted. Dent guy's going to come out and do the odd dents. There's one there, one there. I think there's one on the bonnet there. There's probably more. Some nice scratches. But yeah, should be a nice thing once it's polished up and cleaned up inside. So I'll get cracking on the interior.